Hi, MacArthur. Can you hear me okay?
Oh,
Hi.
hey, are you able to
How's it
hear me?
going?
Okay, good. It's going pretty good.
Good. Glad to hear it. All righty. What were your thoughts on what you would like to focus on for today?
Mm, just like kind of getting back in the groove of everything with like
Sure.
Christmas like right around the corner and then Thanksgiving
Yes.
and then like everything else. I was like, oh my goodness. So like it just felt like my plate was very filled
Oh,
with a lot of stuff and then like
yes.
people calling out. So I was like, yeah. Yeah. So it was just like getting back in the groove with pretty much everything
Oh,
ever since.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, great. So any particular character types that you were wanting to look at, or even, different script genres that you had in mind, or do you want to do anything that's holiday related? What are you thinking?
Oh, I would love to do something that's like holiday related, I guess, you know.
Okay.
Huh.
Absolutely. Great. Do you have any, I'm curious if you have any like favorite Christmas movies or favorite like characters from Christmas movies that really stand out to you and that are like memorable to you?
I wouldn't necessarily say like I guess like one specific character that stands out in a sense.
Sure.
Because like for Christmas, I guess you could say like I'm a big Hallmark guy. I rewatched
Oh,
the
yeah.
Klaus movie on Netflix. Really love that
Sure.
one. Came out a couple years ago. Of course, The Grinch, you know.
Oh, yes.
Uh, the Polar
Yes.
Express. I love the train guy. He's really cool. Oh,
Hmm.
but yeah, I would say like no like specific character, I guess you would say.
Okay. All right.
But do you have any big plans for the holidays?
Well, for Thanksgiving, I'm going to go to Nashville to hang out with my little sister and my brother-in-law's family. So I think that should be pretty fun. For
Nice.
Christmas, we aren't totally sure yet, but we might stay just like closer to home and just kind of visit with whoever's around more. Let's see. Mm.
Do you have any Christmas movies that you guys watch every year or anything like that?
Yeah, we actually watched The Grinch recently. So that was pretty fun. Do you have a favorite Grinch movie? Because I know that there are multiple.
Yeah.
We watched
I would just say like the live action
the
one is the
live
one I
action one.
always,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the one we watched here recently. But we haven't quite. My husband, he's very like, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. But
Yeah.
I'm like, so Halloween is
Right?
over. We can watch. I'm like, okay, for real though, you can watch Christmas movies year round.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, you mentioned Klaus. That's one we watched last year for sure. So
Yeah. I watched, I was like, oh dang, this is a pretty good movie. I
it
was really surprised. I
is.
was like, oh snap.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh,
It was
I was
surprisingly good.
yeah. I'm like, I'm surprised this isn't talked about more. I was like, oh man.
Right? Yes. Yes, for sure. Okay, I put a short script in to get us started.
I got open word. I was saying like when I was younger, the one movie I watched a lot was the Santa Claus 3 with like Jack
Oh
Frost and
yeah.
like he overtakes
Yes.
the North Pole and everything. I don't know why. I
Right.
like that. I like that one the most. I don't like all this other Santa Claus movies and stuff.
Aw.
That's just me.
Yeah, I loved the like classic Santa Clauses coming to town and the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like we watched those every year. Um, so those were like staples, you know. And
So,
I know you mentioned like Hallmark. Um, I've watched a good many Hallmark Christmas classics over the years.
like Hallmark's always it's always there whenever I watch Christmas. And I just remember
Right.
um dang it's like Holiday in Handcuffs, I think it was called.
Oh.
I remember like watching that one a lot when I was younger. I don't know, like it was just always on the TV and I was just like, I guess so. I'll rewatch it again. Pretty good though. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Oh,
Uh,
one of my favorites when I was younger, there's this it's like a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie when they're really little, and it's called To Grandmother's House We Go. And they like go on this grand adventure trying to get to grandma's house, and it's just like them, and they end up like in the back of a package delivery truck and like on all these strange adventures, like at truck stops and things. Like so it's but yeah, as a kid, I loved it. Haven't seen it in a long time, so it might not be as delightful as I remember, and it might be every bit as wonderful as I remember. I don't know. But yeah, they're like really little in the movie, but that was one that I thoroughly enjoyed as a child. All their silly antics. I remember there's a part where one of them really has to go to the bathroom. And the mail delivery guy's like, you can hold it, you can do it. And she's like, I can't hold it. He had just like run into a biker bar or something with her. And he's like, you heard the lady, where's your bathroom? So that's the part that stands out to me in my mind the most.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Okay, so I put some scripts into the chat. So let's start with this first one. I feel like it's very heartwarming, you know?
I'm sorry,
Just
my
like a,
computer's like acting really slow. But
oh,
no,
it's okay.
I'm definitely listening. I'm sorry. I just
Yeah,
now got like the Word document up
oh, it's
and like
okay.
pasting it on
Yeah.
there.
It's very, I feel like heartwarming.
Okay. All right. I think I got all of them separated correctly. Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
perfect. So this first one, the funny thing about Winter One. When you read through it, what kind of stands out to you? What are the things that you feel like you kind of envision for this one, and who's talking, who they might be talking to? What's the purpose of this script?
Mm, mm. Honestly, when like I'm reading it, it makes me think that I'm a narrator, if anything.
Okay.
And like it's like the beginning of like a DreamWorks animation, and like you would have
Okay.
like Jack Frost kind of like swifting in, and then like a
For
narrator comes
sure.
over and he's telling you like what winter kind of is and like what Christmas
Hmm.
magic is and all that. And then it's like towards the end, it's like if you listen closely, you might just hear it calling your name, and then the movie starts.
Yeah. Oh, I totally could see that. Yeah, that it's sort of setting the stage a little bit. Yeah. And so when you go through this, like what are some of the thoughts that you have as far as kind of the tone and setting the mood and kind of vocally what you want to do with this one?
I definitely want it to be like a calm storyteller, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, for
Like
sure.
someone who can kind of like bring you in, but it's not like
Hmm.
over flaunt or like over dramatic in a sense,
Right.
but it's able to like
Yeah.
pull you in, if that
Kind of
makes
like
sense.
understated. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there would be, like the Christmas music in the background, with like shimmering and like bells and like they
Mm,
they would, have sound effects and things to really play it up. And I'm sure they'd have, like a video montage that gets you feeling festive and in the mood and all of that.
most definite, most definite.
So all of that would kind of play in and just further that energy. Yeah, so I see it as kind of like heartwarming, soothing, setting the stage. Do you see yourself as a more youthful narrator, more of like an older, wiser narrator? What do you kind of envision for this?
Definitely an older and wiser narrator.
Okay, great. Older and wiser. Love it.
Yeah.
So like imparting wisdom, kind of a thought of, that this is like you have life experience and you're able to, you know, pass on the important things at the holidays.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
all about presents, right?
Right. I mean, th those are good though. Those are
They are. They're
those are
great.
good.
They're very fun. Yes, but it's like, the true meaning of Christmas. All right, great. So let's go ahead and do just a first run through of it and just kind of, feeling out the pacing and the energy of it and, where the shifts happen, that kind of thing. All right.
Gotcha. Copy that. Copy that. Funny thing about winter, people think it's cold, empty, quiet. But really, it's when the world whispers the loudest. A crackling fire, a letter tucked into an envelope, a single act of kindness. That's where magic begins. And if you listen closely, you might just hear it calling your name.
Nice. Good. I was thinking, if we really lean into that like older, wiser character energy, I think that slowing it down a little bit would work really nicely. Especially, if they're showing different things along as you're speaking. I think you can kind of like make a point and pause, make another point and
Mm,
pause, make another point and pause. Um, and really kind of let each phrase and each point sink in before going into the next one. Um, I also think you can I was thinking you could kind of make it a little more like theatrical almost.
gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like it has that kind of energy to me, like opening a play, like you're going to see a Christmas Carol or something, like, and there's like a narrator voice over the speakers or something. So I feel like that would work really nicely. So let's try that and see what we think.
Funny thing about winter, people think it's cold, empty, quiet. But really, it's when the world whispers the loudest. A crackling fire, a letter tucked into an envelope, a single act of kindness. That's where magic begins. And if you listen closely, you might just hear it calling your name.
Nice. Yeah, it feels a little more like mysterious and like what's gonna happen next and like the magic of Christmas is seeping in and activating, because it's like listen closely, what do you hear, like it just feels a little bit more like magical and suspenseful, not in like an ominous way but like a you know what's gonna happen next kind of an
Mhm.
energy. What did you think of that take?
I definitely like the more I guess like theatrical of it to where it's more like, oh, like more fun in a sense. Like, yeah, I'm parting like wisdom on you and I'm like introducing you to this movie or play that's about to happen. But I also
Yeah.
want you to know like it's about to be fun and magical, lighthearted,
Mm.
but you're also gonna learn something to it. It's like I had like I
Yeah.
guess like an uptick to it in a sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, right. Yes, that it keeps that uplifting, lighthearted feel. Yeah. Nice. So then, great. Is there anything that you would change about it?
Um, in a sense, I guess I wouldn't want to be lower and I would put more like filling into it to give it that more
Okay.
like opening in a sense.
Sure. Yeah, let's try it.
Funny thing about winter, people think it's cold, empty, quiet. But really, it's when the world whispers the loudest. A crackling fire, a letter tucked into an envelope, a single act of kindness. That's where magic begins. And if you listen closely, you might just hear it calling your name.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that I think worked really beautifully. Yeah. So, what were some things that you felt like changed there that you noticed that you were like, that was a little different?
Um, definitely the crackling fire, a letter tucked into
Hmm.
an envelope, and a single act of kindness. And it's like I feel like that, like being able to like breathe, but also like having fun with it in a sense of like
Hmm.
it's like it's those I guess things that you always do around that time, and it's like a magical part
Hmm.
of it. So like I don't know, to me, I felt like bringing that up more and like having more fun with that in a sense of like
Yeah.
pulling people in with those like words,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah. Okay, so kind of emphasizing certain words. I definitely
yeah.
thought the strong points of view were there. I noticed you were taking the pauses, but you bumped up the pacing when you were talking, which just gave it a little more like energy and like briskness to it, which just makes it a little more like, whoo, like it gives you a little like pep in your step kind of a feeling. Um, which I thought worked really nicely. So it just gives it a little bit of a different feeling there. Um, so a lot of positives there. Anything else that stood out to you?
Mm,
I noticed some good, like, strong point of views. So, like, the people, places, or things that you're mentioning, knowing how you feel about those and that coming through. And if there's something kind of, descriptive, trying to put that kind of, like how you feel about that thing
mm.
in that, and it was coming across, which I thought was really nice. Yeah, anything else you can think of that really stands out to you that you're like, okay, this is a little bit different?
Um, not really anything
Okay.
that you haven't said yet. Like,
Yeah, okay, great. So I really liked it. Let's go ahead and try it again just to kind of reinforce. And if there's anything else that you want to, play with or tweak or lean in a little bit more on, go for it.
gotcha. Uh, my bad.
You're good.
Funny thing about winter, people think it's cold, empty, quiet, but really, it's when the world whispers the loudest. A crackling fire, a letter tucked into an envelope, a single act of kindness. That's where magic begins. And if you listen closely, you might just hear it calling your name.
Nice. That one felt a little like it had a little bit of urgency, but it also was a little bit hushed. And it felt like you were telling secrets or something, which I thought was really, really fun. What did you like about that?
Um, definitely like towards the end I wanted to try like whispering to them in the sense of like I just told you to
Mhm.
listen closely and then like to kind of like pull them into like wanting to hear what the
Yeah.
next line is. So just trying that out and then again just like with like the visual words or like that visual sentence of like
Hmm.
the crackling fire letter. I just love that
Yes.
line. But
Yes. Yeah, I love words like crackling because you can make the word itself. I mean, it sounds like the meaning, you know? So you can really like infuse it with the meaning, which is so fun. Um, yeah, very nice. Well, I loved it. I thought that you had really wonderful ideas for this. So let's go ahead and try the next one, which is the Oh Fantastic. So this one is like a Grinch themed one. So go ahead and take a little read through here. Just to kind of process what's going on with our Grinch. He's, being his normal self, pretending to be a grumpy bear.
Mm. This is definitely a Grinch. This definitely feels like somebody who was invited to like an office party and then doesn't want to be here and like they're just like going through it right now.
Right. They're like, all right, I'm here because
Yeah.
I have to be.
Uh, I feel like they're not talking to one specific person. I feel like it's definitely somebody walks up, he talks to them, and then they like leave midway, but he's just still talking, and then like
He's
somebody
still
else
just
comes up.
rambling and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're not even there anymore. Yeah. Like how he just talks to his dog or whatever.
Yeah.
He just kind of rambles on and on. Jim Carrey can entertain himself. Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, let's just try an initial read through, see what we come up with, and we'll go from there.
Oh, fantastic. Another holiday invitation, caroling, cocoa, matching sweaters, the whole nauseating spectacle. But sure, why not? Let's pretend I'm thrilled to be here. What's that? My heart grew 3 sizes? No, no, that's just indigestion from last night's fruitcake.
Nice. Okay, so thoughts on just this initial first read through?
Definitely like I don't even know where the voice came from. I just felt like this person would have an annoying voice.
Yeah.
And like that's just the voice that came out.
Sure.
Um, I felt like the person had to talk fast or like a little bit faster than normal in a sense of like they're not giving people to necessarily breathe or even comment back or speak back.
Right. They don't want to give them an opening.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
and
also think of it as like, it can just be their brain just keeps going and so they just
then
kind of ramble on and on. So it's kind of a character trait.
most definite, most definite. Oh, this one's definitely was fun.
Yeah.
So,
So, there are multiple Grinches and, it's a book. So I feel like it doesn't have to be exactly like any certain Grinch voice, but when you kind of reflect on the Grinch voices that have already been made, what are some characteristics that stand out to you that you hear in those voices?
mm, man, I can't. Man, just like trying to think back on like from like the animated ones as well and stuff too, like that.
Mhm.
And then even like I'm thinking of like Christmas Carol, like how he hates Christmas and stuff.
Sure, yeah, you could
Um,
definitely use other characters as character inspiration as well.
I would say like the one thing that like I guess or like I guess the couple things that like kind of stick out for like their characteristics is like
Mhm.
they're always one loud. There's like a scruffiness to it. I don't feel
Okay,
like
a
they have like a
scruffiness, yeah.
yeah, I don't feel like they have like a smooth voice that people necessarily want to listen to. Uh,
It's not soothing. It has to be kind of
yeah.
grating to the nerves. Yeah.
And then I would say like I guess like a characteristic to their voice would necessarily be like, mm, I can't think of another one. Like just thinking back,
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
you've already got quite a few good descriptive words in there. So, great. So if we try it again, what would you say is the number one thing that you want to try to add to it?
Just getting an annoying voice kind of down in a
Okay.
sense.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I don't even really know what voice I would use for this, but
Sure.
whether it be like nasally or like gruffy, I don't know. I just feel like an annoying voice in a sense. for this
Yeah,
character.
okay. So a little nasally, a little bit scruffy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So really leaning into the like grading qualities. But what, one thing I want to point out is that for our like bad characters or our villains, our annoying characters, your character themselves, I mean, like the Grinch thinks he's a delight, right?
Right.
So you can't hate yourself, right? You have to
That is
like
true.
yourself. And a comment that I was given by a coach really early on was that even when I'm playing a really unlikable character, as they said, you have to always charm the audience. Even though the like Jim Carrey Grinch is disgusting, right, at times, you can't help but love him, right? And it's
Mm,
like, oh my gosh, he's so silly and so over the top. And it's like, you can't help but be like highly amused and just fall in love with him, right? And, like Cindy Lou Who, you're like, you want him to be part of the town and the festivities and part of Christmas and, be embraced and back in the fold. And you want all the good for him, right? So even though he's a bad character and there are moments that are very cringy, it's like he charms you for sure.
mm,
Um, and so remember that you don't dislike yourself, right? And every villain thinks they have good reason for doing what they're doing. Um, and then also keep in mind, we can't make the audience hate you, right? You have
mm.
to make the audience fall in love with you, right? Like, Heath Ledger Joker, you're weirdly rooting for him, even though he's a villain, right? Um, so things like that, where it's like you fall in love with them as a character. And part of the reason I think is because you as an actor want the audience to really love you and to like want to see you in more things and hear you voice more characters and meet you at, conferences and conventions, right? Um, we want that. But then another thing is it's entertainment at the end of the day, right?
Mm.
So really lean into like all the playfulness and exaggeration and all those things. Um, but don't find yourself annoying. Yeah. All
Gotcha. Gotcha.
right, let's go ahead and try that again.
Oh, okay. I have all that running through my head now. Oh, okay. I
That's
got you. I
okay.
got
We'll
you.
we'll play
Oh, yeah.
with it.
Mm. Oh, fantastic. Another holiday invitation. Caroling, cocoa, matching sweaters, the whole nauseating spectacle. But sure, why not? Let's all pretend I'm thrilled to be here. What's that? My heart grew 3 sizes? No, no. That's just indigestion from last night's fruitcake.
Ah, yeah, good. Okay, so what did you like about this run through?
Oh, I've just definitely felt like I had like more feeling in there in a sense.
I think so too. Yeah.
I was definitely trying to like dang, I forgot what it's called, but like hit certain points and then flip it to like a different feeling and then hit like another line and then
Mm.
flip it to like something else that he would feel. Especially from like the line, but sure, why not? Let's all pretend I'm thrilled to be here. I feel like he's very like
Yeah.
in a sense like very sarcastic with that in a sense, but then like
Hmm.
when he gets to like my heart grew 3 sizes, it's like not sarcastic, but he's like it's like a question, but it's like a dang, I forgot what the word is where it's like a question, but you're not supposed to answer it.
Oh yeah, like a rhetorical question.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like he's like putting
Hmm.
that out there, then like I feel like the last line is like he has like something's definitely like how he has like heartburn or like maybe he's like coughing or something, but he's like
Yeah.
trying to hide it as like no, 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 that was just a fruitcake from last night.
Yeah, that he
No,
like actually is a softie, but he's like, oh, I
yeah,
can't show that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
he's definitely having those feelings in there with him. Yeah.
yeah, I definitely heard all the things that you're saying. And I also felt like it was more reactive. Like it felt like you were actually there, living it, talking to specific people, responding to their facial expressions, their comments, um, which I thought was really nice. So and then you were talking about, you mentioned like I thought there were really clear shifts, beat shifts happening and like
Yeah,
new
I couldn't think of
thoughts.
it. Beat ships. Yes.
Yeah. So I loved that. So that came across really beautifully as well. I actually heard, and I think you could lean into this a little bit more, a little bit of insecurity, you know? So like I
Mm,
think some of it is like a defensiveness or insecurity, like trying to be like protective of the self. Um, and even like watching The Grinch, the live action one recently. I was like, man, this is like a cautionary tale in bullying, like what bullying does to someone and creates the town villain. Because I mean, like the kids were really mean to him as a kid and
yeah.
stuff. And I was like, maybe he was delivered to the wrong town or the wrong snowflake. Or maybe, the stork things knew that the Who's love Christmas so much that they're like, oh, let's give them a green baby because it's like very festive, and then the Who's
Mm,
just like over their head missed it. Like
yeah,
so yeah,
that's
I was
great.
like,
I
I
never
don't
even thought
know.
of like the storks, how they deliver the babies and everything. Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, I was like, maybe he was delivered to the wrong snowflake.
Mm, that's
He
crazy.
was supposed to be delivered to the next one over.
That yeah, that's wild. That's dope
But
though.
I was like, this is just like a cautionary tale and like the dangers of bullying and all of the damage it causes. But yeah, like some of it I feel like is in this script as you were going, I was like, oh, I feel like there's some insecurity in there that
Mhm.
I heard and like some defensiveness and like hiding that you're actually kind of like insecure, like and the Grinch was like so in love with that little girl in his class and she actually liked him too, but they're young, they're just kids.
No. Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. Because especially like with the Grinch when he's like, I can't, like he's going off the list and he's like, oh, dinner with myself. I just can't make it. Like he definitely was like happy he was invited, but I feel like he's definitely coming up with an excuse of why he can't make it because he's scared
Right.
of like it happening again when he's down there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So a little bit of that was coming through for me in this last take. So I was like, oh, I feel like you could do more with that. That it's
Mm,
kind of like a protective element, an insecurity there.
gotcha, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
I
so let's
feel
go ahead and try that again.
that. Oh, fantastic. Another holiday invitation. Caroling, cocoa, matching sweaters, the whole nauseating spectacle. But sure, why not? Let's all pretend I'm thrilled to be here. What's that? My heart grew 3 sizes. No, 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 no. That's just indigestion from last night's fruitcake.
Nice. Okay, good. What did you think there of that take?
I liked it. I liked the one thing I did like on this one was just I definitely was trying to slow it down and like find
Hmm.
different like beat shifts I can use in a sense of like how you're
Okay.
like because I wanted to make like where it, like kind of like the first line where it goes from like Caroline Coco matching sweaters, the whole nauseating spectacle. Like I wanted that to kind of sound defensive yet sad in a sense of like he's like I don't really hate it, but I hate that I'm like in a sense never invited to do any of that. That's why it's
Oh,
nauseating in a sense. So I wanted like that to hit.
yeah.
And then like just like having to shift from that though to like kind of like sarcastic like but sure why not let's pretend I'm thrilled to
Yeah.
be here yeah so just
I
like
also get a little bit of the vibe, like, people who just really love to complain and just enjoy it.
mm,
I feel like I got a little bit of that vibe too, that it's just fun, like an elderly person who's like, I just enjoy being grumpy.
yeah it would
A
be like
little bit
that
of
person
that.
like hates the kids playing
Mhm.
in the back or like playing baseball but then it's like those days they're not there they're like oh where are these kids at
Oh, I
like
miss them.
yeah
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting that you said you were trying to like take a little more time because I actually felt like the momentum was there. Like it always felt like it was going somewhere. Like it felt like it had very intentional, high energy, and momentum. Like I was always like, oh, where are we going next?
Hmm.
And so sometimes it's not necessarily about the pacing itself. Um, the pacing could be a little bit slower, but because you were so intentional, it still had that momentum and that energy throughout in that direction, which worked really beautifully. So very nice. Good. Was there anything that you would change about it?
Right now, no, but I
Okay.
definitely know I can find
You could
like,
play with it more and come up
yeah,
with more
yeah.
ideas. Yeah. Yeah, and maybe go back and listen to some of the Grinch voices or like other, villain voices and just sort of like play with some of those sounds and just see, if you want to tweak it anymore. I just think it can be a fun thing to play with, and just experiment with. Yeah.
Most definite, most definite.
Yeah, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the next one. I wasn't planning. Um, so I see this as more of like a Hallmarky kind of vibes one. Um, because it's like talking about going home for the holidays and peppermint cocoa and like Christmas memories and second chances. And so I
Mm,
feel like it's a very heartwarming kind of script.
most
So what do you
definitely.
kind of envision for this one when you read through it?
Oh, I definitely feel like this person is talking to the person that they love in a sense or like
Oh,
care about.
yeah.
The
Hmm.
reason why I say that is like it's the line where it's like, and there you were holding that cup of peppermint cocoa, looking like every
Yes.
Christmas memory I forgot I missed. Maybe this year is about second chances, and I feel like this is more towards the
Yeah.
end of the holidays, and like maybe he's or she's about to leave and they're talking to the person that they're loving, like hoping that this person is willing to take the second chance with them.
Yeah, to reciprocate
Yeah,
and step out, through the fear and be like, I'm right there with you. I felt the same things. And yes, like, it's like it was meant to be for us to reconnect. Yeah. So it's a very vulnerable moment, like
yeah.
hopeful but vulnerable at the same time.
Yeah, I definitely feel like they go from like a little nervous to kind of talk
Hmm.
about it, but then like while they go through it, like their heart like warms up and their confidence comes up, and then it's
Yes.
like more like once they finish, they're like staring into this person's eyes, hoping that
Hmm.
they like understand how much they like really hope that they want to redo this.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, so let's go ahead and take that initial read through.
I wasn't planning on coming back to my hometown for the holidays, but then I saw the lights on Main Street and suddenly it felt like God never left. And there you were, holding that cup of peppermint cocoa, looking like every Christmas memory I forgot I missed. Maybe, maybe this year is about second chances.
Nice. Good. Yes. So, tell me, how do you hope this person responds? Like, what do you hope they do? What do you hope they say?
I'm definitely hoping that they're like, yes, we can take this as a second chance. I was wondering when you were going to ask me. Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
definitely hoping that's the
They were waiting
response.
for like the green light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. But maybe
Uh,
they were feeling kind of insecure too.
right. Like
Yeah.
they're like, maybe they don't feel
Yes.
this way.
So you want
But
them to
yeah.
like give you a hug and
Yeah.
kiss you and be like, yes, yes, 100%. Like,
Most
let's
definitely.
do this.
I do
Yeah.
not want them to like pull away or walk away. That would just
Hmm.
be sad. That would just be like really
Yeah.
sad. Yeah.
Right. And so I'm curious, like, what do you feel like happened in the past? Like, is this more apologetic? Is it like, oh, we were young and dumb? Like, how could we have let this happen? Um, or or like, wow,
I
like
feel
I just see
like
things so differently now, and like we've changed and it's brought us together again. Like, what do you feel like is kind of like
mm, I
I
feel
guess
like it's
like
kind
the
of
inner
like a
monologue?
mixed with all those like this person was young. And they definitely thought that they needed to get out of their hometown and had to go do
Sure.
what they needed to go do. And so they
Hmm.
left this person kind of like maybe like this is like a same scenario type thing, so it's like they're both looking at each other and she or he doesn't want them to leave, but they leave anyways. And so like maybe like this
Mm.
person is just like staring at the back of the person that's walking away. And so this is also an apology for what they kind of did back in their youthful
Yeah.
days. And he's like, or
Right,
she's
like they
like,
could have gone
I've
off to
changed.
college or joined the
Yeah.
armed forces or, just moved to a new city because they wanted
Yeah.
to go explore. Yeah. And so it's like, hey, I was young and dumb. I hope you're still, you know, waiting for me because you were right all along, kind of a thing.
Right.
Like this is
Right.
where I belong with you. Yeah.
Which I mean, like, I don't know, like some of these movies, they just like, oh, I already moved on. It's like, dang, hardcore
Yeah.
sadness. It's like, no, I need to know the rest of
Life
this story.
lesson.
Did they take
Yeah.
the second chance? I don't know. Now I'm sad because I don't know the rest of
Right.
the story. I have this whole story
Yeah.
in my head. Now I'm like, oh,
So I think like some
these
of
strips.
that like fear that maybe they'll say no could creep into like it's very hopeful at
Mm,
moments, but also that like I don't know what you're gonna say. And like being apologetic, but also being like excited about the possibilities. Um, and being like, hey,
I just
like
got me sad.
you gave me hope when this happened. So thinking about like places we can bring in those kind of emotions because there are a lot of
Mm,
emotions going on.
you got me
And
sad
really go
now,
after
bringing
trying to
it up.
convince them like this is
Oh.
right. We're supposed to be together. Yeah. So
I got
really
you.
like rope them in, get them to be like, you're right. We should be together.
Oh man. I'm sad. I feel like this person's not gonna want to take me back. Oh my God.
Oh, but they might.
They might. Now the 50-50 chance and I'll never know.
Peppermint hot cocoa gives us hope. Hey, as
All right.
long as they're not married to somebody else, they're free game.
Right, right. That is also very true. That is also very true. Did not want to be a homewrecker.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, I wasn't planning on coming back to my hometown for the holidays, but then I saw the lights on Main Street and suddenly it felt like I'd never left. And there you were, holding that cup of peppermint cocoa, looking like every Christmas memory I forgot I missed. Maybe this year is about second chances.
Oh, yes. I felt like that was totally different the way that I heard it this time. What did you think?
Uh, Most definitely. I definitely feel like I had more feelings in there.
There
I
was so
didn't
much
even,
longing.
yeah, I was, because
It's like, whoa.
I was like, how would I want to deliver this if I'm like necessarily not begging, but begging for a second chance of like, please do not turn away. Like, I want to like, I want you to hold on to almost every word that is coming out of my mouth because I mean every single word that is coming out of my mouth. It's,
Yes, that it's like everything you're saying, it's like this is the most important thing I've ever
yeah,
said in my life.
no. So,
Yeah, like I feel like if they give you any ounce of hope, you're like gonna drop down on a knee and be like, we've wasted too much time
yeah.
already. Let's not waste any more. We were always meant to be. I was a fool.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely came across. Beautiful. Okay, is there anything you would tweak about it or adjust? Did you like it as it is?
Oh, I like it right now.
I thought it was
I
great.
I definitely feel like if I come back and like read it like tomorrow or the day after, I'm like, oh no, I could definitely put more heart into this.
Yeah.
Uh,
But what you just did, I thought was beautiful. So, very, very nice. All right. So, let's try another one. Let's see. So, so this is like Polar Express. uh, Passenger Rule Book, page 47, subsection B. All right. So, what do you think is happening here?
This is definitely a passenger. I feel like this is a passenger talking to another passenger. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like a
Maybe
passenger
like
that's like,
you ride the Polar Express all the time. It's their first
yeah,
time. They're doing it wrong.
yeah,
And
most
you're like, let me show
definitely,
you the ropes.
most definitely. That I feel like that is what is happening right now. Like it's like I am coming off in a sense like higher up condescending in a sense, but it's like I'm also like, no, I just want you to have the best experience possible.
Exactly. Like you think you're doing the right thing by helping them
Right,
and telling
right.
them. You're like, actually, you're doing it wrong. And if you want the full experience, you really should adjust.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's like I
Let me
want you to
help
get
you.
this. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like nobody asked you for help, but you are going to insert yourself and offer
Right,
it.
right, right.
Yeah, so you like see somebody doing something, and how do you feel when you see them doing it wrong?
Uh, it's like, oh man, yeah. This is like I don't like how would I see them as like in a sense like I would like I'm definitely thinking of like this person being like talking really fast, but also like one of those people. This is gonna sound really bad, but you know, it's like how like people like be like, well, actually, and it's like, it's like, whoa, bro, I
Like
did not.
a Sheldon Cooper. I could definitely
Yeah,
see him stepping in and being
and
like,
it's
"You're
like,
doing it wrong. This is how we do it.
right, and it's like,
This is the right way."
and then I'm just thinking of like at the as the other passenger's point of view, it's like, oh, I kind of want to switch seats now, but I guess I understand where you're coming from. Uh,
Yeah.
uh.
Hmm. Yeah, that's so funny. I get it, but like, okay, you're a little overbearing. Like,
Because I
might be a
definitely think
little
they're
much.
strangers. I don't think they know each other at all.
Okay, yeah. But it's like, let me help you with that because you're doing
Yeah.
it all wrong and you are going to just like ruin this for everyone, including yourself. So,
Okay.
yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Like to me, I feel like you're probably kind of alarmed when you see it at first. You're like, "No, that's not right." Here, let me help you. Yeah. Like that's kind of how I envision it. But let's see what you come up with.
Actually, if you check the Polar Express passenger rulebook, page 47, subsection B, you'll see that hot chocolate is distributed clockwise, not counterclockwise. I mean, come on, it's basic train protocol. You really should keep up. Otherwise, how are you going to get your I rode the Polar Express badge? I've got three.
Yes, you're like, look, you get this awesome badge if you do everything the way you're supposed to.
Yeah.
And also, it just makes it way more pleasant for everyone. We're a team.
Right,
We're
right.
together. Yeah.
If you're sitting next to me, I gotta make sure you're doing it right. I can't look bad because you're looking bad.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's a little bit like scolding at moments, like, "Ugh,
Uh,
did you not read this handbook before
yeah.
you got on? Ay, who would ever do that?" Yeah. So what did you like most about it? What were the things that stood out to you that you were like, this was really fun. I really like that.
Just in a sense of like one, like I feel like I can like this one can go really, really fast or really,
Sure.
really slow. I feel like either one of the paces really works with this one.
Yeah.
And then like how is just kind of like in a sense like you're supposed to have like this condescending tone, but also like this very helpful aura about about yourself. And so it's like very like, oh, I'm better than you, but I'm not better than you. I'm just trying to help you along this awesome train ride so you can get this totally rad badge that I have three of.
And yes, you can get three of them.
Yeah.
They're all the same, but each one is special.
Right, right.
Nice. Yes, good. All right. So if we did it again, what would you like lean more into, or what would you tweak? Would you adjust anything?
I would definitely have like because I feel like I also didn't have enough beat shifts, and I feel
Mm.
like there are beat shifts in this to where it's
Okay.
like the first line is kind of like that condescending tone, and then it's like to where like has page 47 all the way to not counterclockwise. It's more of like a teaching tone to
Yeah.
where like I mean, come on, it's basic training protocol to where it's like, oh, like that to me is probably the only line that kind of comes off really, really like how you said earlier, scolding, like, oh, how'd
Yeah.
you not know that? Like it's basic. Oh. And then like to where like it shifts to where it's oh, like he's trying to like hurry up and like make him like hurry up and do it so like he gets the badge that you get at the end. So it's like you should keep up, otherwise how you're gonna get your badge in a sense. And it's like they're very
Yeah.
worried to where like it's just so it's like they're very worried they're not gonna get the badge at the end of the ride.
Oh, right. You're like, we have to fix this
Yeah.
so that you get your badge too.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like I didn't
You're
really
like
lean into
genuinely
those beat
worried about
shifts.
them.
Yeah, yeah, like most definitely towards the end.
Nice. Love it. Okay. So then, yeah, so let's go ahead and let's try it again. And it really just lean in even more, like even higher energy.
Actually, if you check the Polar Express passenger rulebook, page 47, subsection B, you'll see that hot chocolate is distributed clockwise, not counterclockwise. I mean, come on, it's basic train protocol. You should really keep up. Otherwise, you're gonna get your I rode the Polar Express badge. I've got three.
Nice. Yes. To me, that felt like a little more youthful. The first time through felt a little more scolding, and this one felt a little more like I say this because I care. But also just like you're just very excited to be on the train, you know?
Yeah,
Like what could be better?
most
We
definitely.
love the train.
I feel like I would definitely be excited if I already have three badges and I'm going for my fourth. Like,
Hmm. Yes. And you're like, you can't ruin this for me, but also like, let's do this together.
right, right, right.
Nice. Okay, so awesome. So then yeah, so I thought that was great. Is there anything you would tweak about it?
No, I actually I like really really like that one. I don't know, I really really like that
Yeah, I
small
thought it was
script. It was
great.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So I thought that was very fun. Um, okay, so let's go ahead and try one more. Step aside, official cheer technician reporting for duty. Are you like an elf? Like, what is happening here? You
Yeah.
have to get Christmas back on track.
Yeah, well, I feel like I'm definitely like elf technician in charge,
Okay.
chief technician. Yeah, because this person definitely seems like if they're not in charge, they're definitely like really just care for their job. Because like even where they're like, but don't worry, with a sprinkle of sparkle and a whole lot of holiday hustle, we'll have Christmas back on track in no time.
Yeah.
So like,
So what do
yeah.
you think happened, before this that caused you to say this, that you're like something got off track?
I'll probably say thinking like I'm an elf, so like I'm in the North Pole. Maybe like Jack Frost or like the attack or like the Yetis or like upset or like something like Christmasly magical. Maybe they're a bad elf escaped and like ruined all this and like had like
Oh,
yeah. Now I'm thinking like definitely
naughty elf.
something yeah, right? Like something definitely happened in like their gift factory or like wrapping factory or takeoff like land
Hmm.
escape thing. And then like this person just like boom goes into action and they're like,
They're
bam, we
like,
gotta
I will
get
fix
this,
it.
this, this. Yeah. Like they're very like, no, we can't have Christmas going off. Like, no, we got to go out on time. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Great. So, let's go ahead and let's try it. We can't disappoint Santa and those kids.
Right? Like, okay. Step aside, official cheer technician reporting for duty. We've got potential emergencies, cocoa shortages, and very confused reindeer who thinks he's a moose. But don't worry, with a sprinkle of sparkle and a whole lot of holiday hustle, we'll have Christmas back on track in no time.
Nice. Aw, yeah, I love how positive you are. You're like, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. So maybe like, are other people panicking and you're trying to calm them down?
Yeah, yeah, I definitely feel like this person is like maybe they're like maybe they just got off like their shift and like yeah everything's good and then like they're like modeling in bed and like the red alarm goes off and like he like walks into the factory like opens the doors like everybody's just
It's
rushing and zigzagging
chaos, and
yeah
you're
and he's
like,
like
whoa,
okay
okay,
yeah
let's
he's
fix
like step
this.
aside I'm here I've got this everybody listen up
Don't
this is what we're
worry.
doing
Yes,
yeah
yes, yes. So you're like, all right, I've got it under control. Everything's gonna be okay. You're calming everybody down, reassuring them.
most definite most
Awesome.
definite
You're like, whoa, okay, we stepped in on chaos, but it's gonna be all right.
yeah
Nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and try that again. And let's hear like that initial moment of like that, whoa, everything's going on and going crazy in here moment. And then think about like the different moments throughout and like your shift. Because like if you're not expecting things to be chaos, you're gonna be like do 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 do, just like merrily on your way, and then you get there and you're like, yikes, right?
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. Step aside, official chair technician reporting for duty. We've got potential emergencies, cocoa shortages, and very confused reindeer who thinks he's a moose. But don't worry, with a sprinkle of sparkle and a whole lot of holiday hustle, we'll have Christmas back on track in no time.
Nice. Good. Okay. So how is this one a little bit different than the first take?
I was definitely like trying, like the first line, like just trying to like this person just got there, and then the second
Mm,
line is like when they see everything, and so like
sure.
when they're seeing everything, like he's kind of like yelling out like everything that's wrong, and that's where he's like, "Oh, we've
Yeah.
got a potential emergency, we got a cocoa shortages, and for some reason, a confused reindeer who thinks he's a moose." Okay,
Yeah, but you're like, but it's gonna be
yeah,
okay, guys.
yeah,
Like,
and then
we'll
like.
figure this out.
So I definitely feel like it's like a okay, here I am, what's going on? Oh, this is what's going on. Ah, I
Yes.
got it. It's all right. Don't worry. It's totally under control
Hmm.
now. Uh,
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. So that like assessing moment and then like, okay, all
yeah.
right. I have all this experience. This is why I'm the manager,
All right.
right? Nice. Awesome. Good. Yeah. So that like confidence and like you clearly believe in yourself and you're like, I am capable. I know what to do, reassuring them, but also like taking charge, right?
Right.
Yeah, all that
Right.
coming across. Good. Yeah. So let's try that one more time.
Step aside, official chair technician reporting for duty. We've got potential emergencies, cocoa shortages, and one very confused reindeer who thinks he's a moose. But don't worry, with the sprinkle of sparkle and a whole lot of holiday hustle, we'll have Christmas back on track in no time.
Nice. Nice. Good. I'm curious, if you picked like a character inspiration or an actor that you think would do really well with this, who do you kind of envision for that?
Ah. I don't, there's not one coming to mind. I feel like
Oh, that's
after like we
okay.
leave, I'll definitely be like, oh, this actor, this
Oh yeah,
character.
no problem. Yeah, like if I think about like things I've watched recently, like I watched the one where Eddie Murphy like is a prince in Africa and like comes to New York City and like
Oh,
finds
coming
his
to
true
America?
love. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that recently. Like I think he'd do a really good job with this one and
Mm,
make it like snappy and fun. Um, Jim Carrey would
he would
definitely
kill
do
it.
it very
Yeah.
differently. Um, you could also think of somebody like I was watching the extended edition of The Lord of the Rings. So if you could have, somebody who's more serious doing it too, if like Gandalf was doing it, like he'd
Mm,
be more like, all right, I've got this, like it's
an actor
okay, little hobbits.
that like I feel like would
Grandfatherly.
just thinking of like Games of Thrones for some reason the Jon Snow, his actor, I feel like he would like have a lot of fun with this.
Oh, yeah, I think
Uh
so. I could see that. Yeah. Even though like in that he's very serious a lot of the
yeah.
time. Like you get to see when he's younger a little more of like the youthfulness and the joy and like, his relationship with his siblings, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I feel like he'd be able to I feel like he'd be like, "Oh, I don't have to be serious in this, and this is I can like have fun with it."
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be able to have fun with it. This is
Oh, for
uh
sure. Yeah, so let's try
yeah.
that.
Okay. Alright. Alright. I would definitely try it. Oh, okay. Step aside, official cheer technician reporting for duty. We've got potential emergencies, cocoa shortages, and one very confused reindeer who thinks he's a moose. But don't worry, with a sprinkle of sparkle and a whole lot of holiday hustle, we'll have Christmas back on track in no time.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, that feels a little more just like pep in your step, like cheery, like, you come in and you're like, all is well, it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like that
Uh,
felt a little more like less of like
no.
emergency and a little more like you know, the joy of Christmas. It's
Right.
like, yes, things are derailing, but we're going to get them back on track, guys. Yeah, you're definitely
Uh,
like the encouragement and the positivity has arrived.
yeah.
Nice.
That's because like I just think of like on him on like SNL or like that one prank he pulled on his wife on like April Fool's Day. And I was just like, I feel like he would definitely have fun doing something like this.
Yeah. Oh, I think so for sure. Yeah, so there are a couple more short little scripts in there that we could try, but I feel like we've done a lot of variety here, which is great. What would you say was maybe your favorite of these scripts and why?
Oh, I would definitely have to go with
Second guessing yourself a little bit? You're
I
like, wait a
would,
minute, that was good
right?
too.
I would have to go with like my favorite, my two. So I would say my favorite one, which is like tied kind of for my second favorite one, is the Polar Express one, and then I would say the one that's tied with that is the Grinch one. I feel like those two are
Aw,
definitely like my favorite to do. Um,
nice.
I would say my
They are
hardest
very fun and like
one.
playful and get to
Yeah.
be creative. Yeah.
Yeah, they just have like good energy to it.
Hmm.
I would say like my heart, to me at least, like the most like challenging one in a
Yeah.
sense is definitely was the Hallmark one. I feel like that one was
Okay.
like the most challenging one for me.
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe because it was just like very like serious yet yeah, like just very serious and like dramatic in the sense of like
Uh-huh.
you want that person and of course like the audience like to like be like, oh, he's like being like taking it very seriously. To where like the other two
Right.
like they're very or like really like the other four. Like they're kind of like very fun and like very
More
high energy
whimsical.
or like
Yeah.
yeah. So it was like, oh, that was just like nope, nope, like this is like a romantic drama
Right. So a
longing
very
type
different
feeling to it.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, snap. So,
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I agree with that. Is there anything that you would say is kind of something that they all had in common that's like something you could utilize in all of the scripts? Or did you feel like they all kind of needed something different and special?
mm, the only thing I would say like that they kind of had all in common is I don't know if there's like one word for it, but it's like the heartstring. Like I feel like all of them
Yeah.
pulls at your heart of that like that feeling of like your heart.
Mm,
Like none of them were like crushing and like in a sense of like I want you to hate this person, or I want to be evil, or I want to be
yeah.
like or I want to be like a chaotic neutral, like a cat in the hat type thing. Like I feel like
Sure.
all of them, whether it being like the romance drama one, but it's like in Christmas time, or
Yeah.
whether it being like the wise narrator at the beginning with the first one, I feel like all of them definitely pulled at your heartstrings with one point or another.
Yeah. Right. I agree with that. I think that that I think is a really good lesson too, because if you always put heart in every script, it's always going to reach people. It's always going to if you feel it and you're in it and can draw people in and always make it a heart connection, they're going to feel that too. So even when it's something like, oh, I'm in a 15-second commercial that's like very salesy, but you put true heart into it, people are going to feel that and they're going to care a lot more. So I think that's a good lesson, like a key takeaway from this is to like always try to find where's the heart in this script.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is there maybe something that you felt like you grew in today that you had like a light bulb moment or how you've really improved or made strides in a certain area?
The one thing I felt like was a big light heart moment, like well, not light heart, light bulb moment for me was just being able to like necessarily switch voices or like switch like feelings of it. And instead of like having to pull off like from just going from like a Grinch to having to pull off like a romance like script to it. So like just being able to I guess like flip that quick. Like even though they were like not fully different, but for me
Right.
like that was just like a light bulb moment.
Being
If I
able to
would
shift so quickly
yeah,
and be like, oh, like I'm an entirely different character now.
yeah,
Or even like the sharp shifts within
yeah.
the same
The same
script,
script,
where
yeah.
it's like beat by beat, moment by moment, the varying emotions throughout. Because a lot of these characters did have some pretty fast, sharp shifts, even just within the same script.
Yeah, most
So yeah, I
definitely.
agree with that. That's awesome. Those quick shifts that happen and those really strong points of view and that it's like, they feel alarmed and then they feel let me help and then they
Yeah.
feel like I feel better now. Like and
Yeah,
being
most
able to
definite.
do those changes really quickly and confidently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love to hear that. I definitely was noticing that in the scripts today. So I love that you're feeling more confident with that too. That's great.
Yeah.
It
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 was
makes the scripts a lot more engaging and interesting and um it makes it always feel like it's going somewhere new. It kind of
right.
keeps you on the edge of your seat a little bit more and it's like what's going to happen next?
Right.
So yeah, that's a very fun component. I love it. Yes. So if you were going to continue like on this track this week, what would you maybe set as your intention for the rest of this week? What are you going to focus on as you're, practicing? Um, are you going to try to record any of them? Are you going to try those last couple scripts that I had pasted in that we didn't, quite get to today? What are you thinking would be a good next step?
For me, definitely to read the other two scripts. I definitely want
Yeah.
to read those.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't record anything this week, just
Sure.
being
I
able
mean,
to
with
find,
Thanksgiving and
yeah,
yeah,
but just being
take it
able to
next
like
week.
find like the voice essentially for like each script and like make like just being able to like see like kind of like not necessarily the whole story, but like essentially like who I'm talking to, like what this character's feeling within these scenes, like making sure I'm able to like narrow down just like the voices and being able to get the emotions through with those voices.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Love it. Nice. I think that's a great plan. Yeah, it's hard sometimes when you're like, oh, it's like a holiday week, I don't know how much time I'm gonna have. Um, but even sometimes just kind of like mulling it over, like letting it kind of marinate in your mind, things can just kind of sink in and land a little. So just kind of, having done this today and this practice and having those thoughts and that clarity of like, here's what was working well, here's what I want to keep improving on, can be really helpful. And, if you have some time to just do some read through, see if you can really alive, that it feels like you bring a little bit of, wherever you are that day into it and that it stays alive and breathing and engaging and that you know, heartstrings are connected to the script, um, and gonna definitely shine through. Nice,
Most
really
definite.
beautiful work today. I think it would be really fun to even try like, by the end of the year to make like a holiday reel of all like holiday
Mm,
kind of themed scripts could be kind of a fun little mission, you know.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's dope. That's dope.
Wouldn't
Most
that be
definite.
fun? I feel like that would
Most
be really
definite.
fun. Especially if you're someone who's like, oh, I love holiday movies and things, that
Oh
you can
yeah.
kind of bring that across. And what's cool then is, sometimes that'll help you get jobs. Like people will be like, "Oh, I noticed you like seem to really love Christmas, we want you to be part of
Uh,
our project." So,
yeah. I love holidays and then like I'm like working because I'm definitely I've been working on like this one fantasy book for like 3 years
yeah.
now. I feel like once I met you, like I've been working on it for a minute and then I just started writing this holiday romance with like Halloween, but then I wanted to
Oh,
like stretch out to like Christmas and like New Year's and then like
yeah.
Valentine's Day and then summer and then like bam, that'll be it. But like yeah, most definite.
Yeah. That's fun. They go through all these like um really important moments, right, through the year and like all these memories that they're making through the different holidays and whatnot. That's cool. Yeah, it's like you get to see the progression. It's not all like super condensed. You get to see them grow more as characters,
Right.
probably. Yeah, that's cute. I like it.
Hopefully one day I'll be finished with it.
Yeah, you were like, just be Halloween? You need all these herbs
Right?
too. Love it. Oh, yeah, it's always really interesting to me when people can do either or, like where they can make an entire movie or entire novel about like a couple days, or like 24 hours. And then also the opposite, where it can be like over a broad amount of time. I always am like, oh, like, how are they going to approach that? So, yeah, that's very cool. Awesome. Well, when you're done with them, let me read
Yeah.
them.
Most definite. Most
I'll be
definite.
your like, beta reader or whatever. Awesome. Well, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Beautiful work today. Keep it up. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Most definite. Most definite.
All right. Bye, MacArthur.
Bye.